In this video, I'll be sharing my entire journey on how I became a management consultant. I honestly never knew about management consulting. I didn't know that I was going to become a management consultant, but look at me now. Here I am, a seasoned management consultant. So if that is something that you are interested in, then stay tuned. Now, if you don't know what management consulting is, it is okay. I created a video on that. You can go check it out here. And this video talks a lot about what management consulting is, how you can become one, what skills do you need to become a management consultant, and much more. Don't worry, I also didn't know about management consulting probably until my third year in varsity. And look at me now, like I said, a seasoned management consultant. But for this video, we are gonna go down my entire journey. So let's go down memory lane for a bit. So initially, I wanted to become a doctor when I was younger. And when I say younger, I mean early primary school. And the reason for this is because I really just wanted to help people and I wanted to improve people's lives. And I think you guys would agree with me in saying that when we were younger, we all wanted to do a job that would improve people's lives. It's either we wanted to be policemen, firemen, doctors, and so forth, right? But then a little later on in primary school, I realized that being a doctor is not going to work for me because I didn't like the idea of working with blood every single day. Then moving on to high school, I still had no idea what I wanted to become. But I said to myself, you've got 2 years to figure out what you want to become, because in grade 8 and grade 9, we all still had the same subjects. Moving on to grade 10, then came the opportunity for me to choose what subjects I want to specialize in and what subjects I want to focus on for the next 3 years. And there I was, still confused and lost as to what I want to do with my life one day, what career option I want to choose. So you know what, I said to myself, it's okay, you need to keep your options open. So I kept my options open and chose the following subjects: economics, physical science, maths, and accounting, because I knew that, if things in the business world doesn't work out, I can most probably go ahead and do something within the natural science space. And can I tell you guys that today I still regret taking physical science instead of business studies, because I feel like business studies would have given me the opportunity to boost my matric average a bit more. But you know what? I am not saying that physical science didn't open doors for me in the workplace. I think it definitely did. So to the latter part of high school, I still didn't know what I wanted to become. And then was the time for me to actually apply to varsity. So I applied for chemical engineering. I went to varsity not knowing what to expect, because I was the first person in my family ever going to varsity. So there I was, sitting in varsity. I got accepted for chemical engineering, sitting in class and realizing that no. I don't enjoy learning about if a car moves at 80 kilometers per hour and the wind blows at 20 kilometers per hour. No. So I sat in that class and I'm like, okay, since you're not enjoying this, what is the next step? How are you going to make a success out of it? And luckily someone in my res referred me to the Career Guidance Center, and I went to the Career Guidance Center. They told me that you're going to write a test, and this test will be able to tell us what you want to become. I wrote the test and the test came back and said biochemistry, and there I was, off to class in the biochemistry class, and I realized that I still had to do physics for my first year and my second year, and that was just a big no, because in the first place I moved from chemical engineering because I don't like physics, right? Chemistry I could endure, but physics, no. So the test came back and it said biochemistry, and I said to this person, there's no way. She said, you know what, I'm going to request you to bring your matric certificate, and that's what I had to do. So I brought my matric certificate and she was like, Okay, but why would you want to do something in the natural science space when you've done so well in your commerce and BCom related subjects? And I was like, is there anything that I can study at varsity that is related to this? And she was like, definitely. And that is where BCom Economics and International Trade got introduced to me. I went to the first economics class and I was in love. Literally. The lecturer was amazing. I will never forget her, Miss Alicia Furi. She was exceptional at teaching economics, and that's where my love for economics began. And look at your girl now, a whole honors in economics. Okay, so in varsity I knew that I didn't want to make the same mistakes that I made from high school to varsity, so this kind of forced me to do my research and my planning from a very early stage in my varsity career. So I did a lot of research with regards to what is it that I need to do that will make me stand out in the job market one day when I need to go look for a job. What are the things that I need to start working now in order for me to stand out later on in my career? So I did a lot of research. I attended a lot of career fairs. I went to a lot of career discussion seminars, like my friends would know. If you were a friend of mine and we went to varsity together, you know I attended these events like left, right, and center. And they just knew that they can get all those dates from me because I literally listed all the dates when these seminars and events took place. And I think that is definitely one thing that helped me. Not only did I go to these seminars and to these career fairs for the goodies, I went there for the information and the goodies. Some of my friends just went there for the goodies, but you know what? It's okay because all of them are successful now, so that is also fine. So maybe let me just list a couple of things that I did throughout varsity that helped me become a management consultant. Number one is research, and up to this day, I still conduct research on every single thing I do. And I think sometimes it annoys people, but you know what? It actually really helps me to be prepared. And I feel like the move from varsity to work was way better than from high school to varsity because I was prepared, I had a plan, and I knew exactly what was waiting for me on the other side. Number two, I ensured that I had good grades. Back then, they were literally preaching to us that students with better and really good grades will get jobs easier and faster. And what did I do? I listened. So I studied very hard. I studied long hours and really difficult mornings to actually get good grades. Number three, I would say networking. Networking is so important. I normally used to invite all the people that were literally speaking and presenting at career fairs or at the career guidance seminars on LinkedIn. And I would literally go after the seminar, go on LinkedIn, search for them, invite them, drop them a message and just say, thank you for today. It really gave me guidance on XYZ. But now you guys need to remember that I was also actively participating in these seminars. So there was normally a time where they gave you an opportunity to ask questions, and I was that girl. Hi, here I am, I have a question. So normally you would have introduced yourself. So I would have said, my name is Yolandi and I wanted to know how you 1, 2, 3, or my name is Yolandi, how does this work? So people remembered me as well. Number four, vacation jobs. Now, you know, when you apply at a company, they normally ask you, what is your experience? And I heard very early in my varsity career that if you have experience as a student, you literally get put up a little higher. Because number one, you know how to work with people. Number two, you know that you have responsibilities, right? Number five, building the right skills. So I had to make sure that I built the right skills in varsity. So skills that will allow me to stand out as soon as I start applying for jobs. So I did tutoring. I did marking of first and second year's tests and exams. I had a sales job, like I said, and you know what? I learned a lot of skills. I think this also showed companies and recruiters that I am hardworking. I know how to handle responsibility. I know how to keep things confidential. The list goes on. There's a couple of skills that I can actually mention. So continuing with the journey, towards the end of my 3rd year, I started looking for jobs, and in my 4th year, I knew exactly what companies I wanted to apply to, and I started applying to companies as early as March 2016, and that was my 4th year. I'm not gonna lie, career fairs actually helped me a lot to identify what jobs is it that I could possibly apply for, right? And I remember this day like yesterday. This is where I actually learned about management consulting. I was walking down Lovers Lane and I saw all the different stalls, and I saw this big sign, yellow EY sign, and I walked past. Yes, I walked past, and there was a guy that actually made a comment saying, "You look like you would be a good fit for our company." And I turned around and I said, "Sorry, I'm not an accountant." And he's like, "No, but it's not just accounting," because remember back then we all had this perception that the Big Four is only accounting. But to cut a long story short, they told me all about management consulting, and I went and I applied as soon as the position opened. And just a reminder that I didn't just apply for one job, I actually applied for 40 plus jobs. Probably. And all of these companies obviously had their different recruiting processes. The ones that were very fast and that I got feedback on was 4 companies. So I got offers from 4 companies. Number 1 was the South African Reserve Bank. Number 2 was EY. Number 3 was PwC. And number 4 was Tiger Brands, which is a fast moving consumer goods company. And you guys probably know who I chose. Ding, 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 ding. EY. Not only did I choose EY because they offered me the most money, but I also chose EY because I was already married to the culture of the company. We were actually invited for a day as a management consultant or a day at EY as part of our recruiting process. And wow, guys, I was sold. And maybe just to talk through the process a little bit, my first step was to apply. Obviously, I had to write a motivational letter to tell them why I think they need to choose me, right? Number 2 was a telephonic interview with HR. Number 3 was a first face-to-face interview with one of the managers as well as HR at the EY building in Sandton. And then number 4 was an interview with the partner, and that's how I sealed the deal. Management consulting is exciting. It's a lot of work. It is a stressful environment. It requires you to be so flexible. You work long hours, but also it teaches you so much. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There are various ways of actually joining management consulting, and I am keen to create a video on those various ways. You are probably sitting there working already and wondering whether you can become a management consultant, and yes, the answer is yes, you can become one. So let me know in the comment section down below whether you guys are keen on that video. Please don't forget to like this video, and also let me know in the comment section down below whether you found this video helpful, and inform me if there's anything else that you guys would want to know. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.